What's up, guys? Welcome to the Southern Roots Podcast. This is episode 22, I believe. We are.
How do we not check this?
I don't know. We just sat here for an hour talking.
I remember
before.
going 21. So
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
22.
Yeah, episode 22. Obviously, as you can see, he's on this part of my screen, but I don't think. Well, I guess it's my screen. Yeah, y'all are looking at. So, Robbie is right down here.
See on my screen, you're pointing at me.
Yeah, well, you're right under me. So obviously, y'all have seen him before in several of our YouTube videos. He's actually in our actually only in-person podcast that we've done, which was at the Tuckahoe Hunt trip. He was in
The one and only.
The one and only Mr. Robbie Mowers.
No. No.
I was going to, but I was like, nah.
That's wild.
I saw the look in his eye.
Yeah, it was close.
I thought you were going to go with the nickname.
No. I'm not going to do
He's
that.
got a new nickname, guys.
I do.
Does he?
Yeah.
Do I know it?
No, you'll find out later.
As of Saturday, he has a new nickname.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Sunday.
Sunday.
Okay. So just a little background of one of the main reasons why Mr. Robbie is on the podcast this week is because
I'm younger than you. Come on now.
anyways,
Hey,
You're
old
about to
fart.
be 30.
it just makes good radio, guys. Jesus. And
You're
I
the
know
oldest
I'm
one here.
I
You're
know.
the oldest one here.
Listen,
Like-
okay, y'all don't have to remind me. I got one more birthday in my 20s, and that's it. And it's when you listen to this podcast, it's tomorrow. Like, this is not going to be good. Actually, I hope it goes good. Hopefully, it doesn't rain. It's like a 40% chance or something like that. So,
Not
anyways,
ideal.
not ideal. We got a long ways till then, though. So, as
It'll
far as the weather goes around here, it changes quickly.
The problem is we don't want it to rain. You know,
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Anyways, so the reason Robbie is on the podcast, one of the reasons that he's on the podcast this week, is because apparently, as you just heard them saying, he got a new nickname from this past weekend. Apparently, something happened this weekend that is just too good not to share with everybody from the actual person that it happened to. Obviously, he could have told us and we could have put it on here and it would have been fine, but it's always better sometimes to hear the story from the actual person. I have not heard any details at all of this story. I don't even know what it's about. I think it's about hunting. Other than that, I have no idea.
Well, Seth texted us, I think, before he even got in his truck and said, Robbie's got to go on the podcast this week.
Yeah.
We weren't even in the boat yet.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you were with him, Seth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. See, I
And
know
then
nothing.
Seth called me and told me about it.
Gotcha. So I have no, I asked Seth, I guess
Last night?
yesterday. Yeah, last night
Mhm.
about it. And he's like, "No, I'm not telling you anything. I want to get your raw reaction to it." And I was like, "Okay, that's what you really want." I can't control what I respond with, but so anyways, before we get into all that, Seth, you want to plug the social media?
Yeah. So we have that tuna video is out.
Yeah,
We need y'all to go watch it, like, subscribe. We have the YouTube channel, obviously, like I just mentioned, the TikTok, the Instagram, and the Facebook page. We posted pretty much everywhere for the intro of the actual tuna video. So y'all go check everything out, like, subscribe, share. Any interaction would be greatly appreciated.
Absolutely. Well, guys, before we get into the actual story, let's what have y'all been up to? What'd y'all do this weekend? Obviously, y'all to Sunday. Okay, well, let's go with like Saturday, and then
What did I do this weekend?
You came
I
over
honestly
here.
don't remember. Oh, yeah. I went to Seth.
Oh,
Started
sweet.
working on the property for
Next
next
deer
deer
season.
season.
Oh, y'all should have told me. I don't think I. What did I do Saturday?
You were
You're hanging out
like,
with your wife. She's about to
yeah.
go on a time.
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah,
we didn't want
that's
to
right.
bother you.
Yeah,
yeah.
So
that's right. She
Had the
left.
youngins out there.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing that. I think it was a Snapchat or something of him trying to pull a weed eater, I guess, or pole saw.
It
or
was a
something.
pole saw.
Yeah.
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 Pole saw, limb saw, whatever it is.
I was like, yeah, he's trying. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's about all he was doing.
So, but yeah. Robbie, what'd you do Saturday?
I went over to my parents' house and worked with mom and dad because they're gonna start paying me to help take care of the property. So
I
I'll
heard
be going
that.
over. I'll be going over there once or twice a week and helping dad now that my brother's moved out and I need the money, so they're gonna pay me, and it's a win-win for both of us.
Yeah, y'all hiring?
yeah. Are they have like a decent amount of property, or is it?
I believe it's right either over or right under 27 acres.
Oh yeah,
that's more than I
yeah,
thought.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's in
Yeah,
Effingham.
Yep, they're right off Courthouse
Oh, wow.
Road, about a mile from Midland Road.
Gotcha. This man just told everybody that listens
Yeah,
to this
yeah, I
exactly,
started
give out the
exactly where his parents live. Yeah.
A lot of people know where we live at. It's no secret.
Well, the good thing is we
now
probably,
even more do. All
Yeah,
7
I'm
people
about
that
to say,
listen.
I was like, you got another about 20 people now that are gonna know. So
Well,
that's not bad. Well, that's what's up, man. What did I do Saturday? I don't remember what I actually did during the day Saturday.
I think.
Oh,
you
I
and
had
Tyler
that.
played golf, didn't y'all?
No, I had that. I had that Trace Diaz meeting Saturday morning, and that got over about lunchtime. And then I come back to the house and was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna go play golf. So I called Callie on the way home and was like, hey, you want to go to the golf course? And she was like, sure. So then I tried to, which it's not very honest of me. I tried to just pay a cart fee for her and let her play like a couple holes here and there. But apparently at that golf course, everyone's required to have a set of clubs so they wouldn't like apparently there were some members behind us and they were like, you have to have clubs in order to play. So I was like, okay, cool. So then we just made it. She picked her ball up and didn't play at all. She just drove the cart. Which, by the way, the carts out there are sick, bro. Like they're super cushioned seats. Like you got
Where'd y'all
USB
play at?
charger, Claxton.
Oh, okay.
It's super easy too. Super easy. There's nothing to worry about out there. It's literally like somebody put a golf course in the middle of a field.
Oh, that's
Oh,
my
really?
kind of golf course.
Yeah, there's one house, and
Shane will find it.
I don't know that he can. Like I don't know that he can really hit that ball over there. Like it's on the left side of the fairway, so that's already good
Oh,
for him.
I definitely can't hit the ball over there.
So, but like they have like their GPS golf carts. Like they tell you like when you stop, tells you how far you are to the pin, and all
Oh
that.
wow.
Yeah, and if you go like out of the they have like no like when it says cart path, you got to be on the cart path, or them carts will lock up. They go into like this thing and comes up on the screen says you're in a restricted area, and your cart is locked. You have to like get out of the golf cart, push it backwards, and then it'll unlock once it's out of the restricted area. Then you can go back to where you're supposed to.
That's crazy.
Which I didn't know that like originally. Like there's nothing that was like where it said. Like I was driving, so I hit on the first hole. I hit it to the right a little bit, and it was near the back of another green. So I just drove kind of close to my ball, and I didn't know that it showed you where the restricted areas were at first. So I just drove over there, and it locked the cart up, and I was like, "Dang, what the frick do I do now?" I mean, like,
Push.
we had to get out and push the cart backwards. But
It's wild.
yeah, so
That's crazy.
but there's
I knew that golf courses had that. I didn't know there was any like around here that had that.
Yeah, them things are nice. Which this time of year is really not the best time to judge like the actual course because all the grass is dead. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you want to know how I know if it's a good course or not? There's not a bunch of houses on it.
There's
That's
There's
my
literally-
only concern.
like when you turn into the golf course, there's literally a house on the left, and you go up a little bit, and there's a house on the right. The only other building anywhere, and those two houses aren't even in play. The only building that's actually in play is the clubhouse, and it's on the very last hole. which I think is a terrible spot to put a green. You have a green 40, 50 yards behind or in front of the clubhouse. I'm like, that's asking for trouble, buddy.
Yeah, potentially.
So, but it's actually not bad. It's really not bad of a course out there. It's a little confusing. Obviously, the first time you go to a new course, I mean, you don't know like how it all lays out. But other than that, man, I had a good time. It was pretty easy. And then I played golf Sunday. I played golf Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I went and played golf today at the simulator.
And yesterday.
No, I didn't play yesterday. It was raining.
Oh, I thought you did play.
I was gonna go to the simulator yesterday, but they were closed. They're closed on Monday apparently,
Okay.
which is
Oh, wow.
lame because it was pouring all day yesterday. I would have went yesterday, but today
Yeah.
Tuesday is $10 Tuesday, so I got it for half price.
That's always good.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that was my weekend. I played a bunch of golf, and the Super Bowl happened this weekend too. Forgot about that, which was
It was an extremely sloppy game and was pretty boring until the last.
really the last quarter.
Yeah. The fourth quarter and overtime.
Yeah. Which I'm not like I didn't really care who won, but I was like at the first 3 quarters I was like these jokers are just trying to not win the game. Like they're trying hard enough to like they're trying to see who can try harder to not win the game. Like what are y'all doing?
I told Seth that if you took the logos off the field and just showed the film itself, you would think it was a preseason game.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah, it was bad.
But I didn't.
Bad football.
Yeah.
I wanted Kansas City to win just because I like Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce.
Gotcha.
And secretly, I'm a Swiftie.
Swifty, baby. That's what I like.
I am not.
No, sir.
I'm not a Swiftie. I didn't
She's
actually
the
even know that Swifties
Me
was a
neither.
thing until
I
I
didn't
just
either.
found
she
out, so I
started.
joined the cult.
And
Cold.
She's
until
a throat goat, man.
whoa, we're gonna move on from this.
She is. She sings great.
Yeah. So.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Something ain't right.
So. Anyways, I have lost my complete train of thought. I'm not gonna lie. I tried to just avoid that whole situation, and it did not go good.
The look on your
I'm
face.
not gonna
was
lie.
funny.
That came from a TikTok I saw with Morgan Wallen.
Yeah. I
He
know.
was in some interview or whatever.
That's the
Oh
video.
yeah, with
Yeah.
the Barstool guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, that dude trips me out.
That's what it came from.
Gotcha. Oh, I remember his interview.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I remember. Some would say you're the yeah.
Morgan.
Okay. Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, Super Bowl was not that great in my opinion. Did y'all watch the halftime show?
No, I
No,
wouldn't.
I
at
went and
the
took a
house yet.
shower and did literally everything besides watch the halftime show.
I was told that it was
I watched the
not
last
great.
30 seconds of it. Everything I've seen online said it was great, but I don't really
Said it
listen
was great?
to- yeah, I don't really listen to that kind of music or anything, so really no halftime shows ever really appealed to me.
Really?
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah. They don't really I don't know, it's not really like my cup of tea, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
It's not really my choice of music to listen to. So, but anyways, I guess we'll get into the this week's true meat
True
and potatoes of the podcast for this week. So Robbie, we'll Seth, do you have anything that you want to preference this with? Being
No,
that you
I'm
were
good.
there, you're good. Okay.
Yeah, I'll butt in every now and then.
Okay.
So to help Robbie get this thing started, what were y'all doing?
No, he got to start with his morning first.
No, we got to start with the whole day. It was one of those
Okay,
days.
see, I haven't heard about this.
Oh,
Oh,
wow. Yeah. Okay, so he's about to just tell us all about church and
Oh,
everything on Sunday.
well, I mean, yeah. All right. Well, I'll kick it.
Did you go
So,
to church?
Yeah, I went to church.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. for sure.
I was gonna say
Trust
that's
me, if
why all
I
this
didn't go
happened,
to
'cause you
church, I mean,
didn't go to church,
that would
but-
have like just added to it if I hadn't gone to church that morning.
Gotcha.
That man said he needed Jesus.
Yeah, whew,
All right.
you ain't lying.
All right. Let's hear it.
All right, so obviously me and Seth planned on going pig hunting Sunday afternoon, and so the night before we was all playing a game, and so I was like, well, I'm not going to take the boat. Well, I wasn't going to take the boat to church because it was supposed to rain. I think it was like 80% chance of rain. I wake up and it's down to 24%. I was like, all right, I'll hook up the boat. So I go to get everything ready, load up everything, and my truck's got a really bad oil leak. So I go to check my fluids in my truck. Pop the hood, and then start doing something else. Forgot I popped the hood, hooked the boat up. Start driving down the road. The hood flies up and pops my windshield. But cracks the whole bottom of it. I mean, everything. It was bad.
You did. Never mind. Continue.
And so obviously, like, I was pissed. I was really mad about it. I was like, but I only paid $1,000 for the truck, so I can't be too mad. So that started off the morning. It was rough. So
This
then
the S10.
yeah, this
Okay.
is S10.
Gotcha.
So, you know, the old beater.
Yeah.
So Saturday afternoon or Sunday afternoon rolls around. I meet Seth at the boat ramp. Go back. He's showing me the spot. It's a good looking spot. A lot better than what we walked in 2 weekends ago, I believe, wasn't it? Yeah, a lot better. We had dry ground we could step on. We didn't even sink once. It was great.
Where?
Oh, it was awesome. And so we go in there and walk because we get there. What time we get there?
2-ish.
2, yeah, like 2:30. Because I think we were sitting by like 3. And I remember looking at my watch and was like, man, sunset's at 6:30. Or no, it was 6:06 was sunset. So we were gonna stay there till 6:30. I was like, that's a long sit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Especially.
was pretty
Never
long.
mind. Continue. That's a long set for Robbie.
It is. It is. I can't sit still very long. As you can see, I mean, I'm constantly moving in this in the podcast.
Yeah, it'd be
But,
great if you stayed in one area to your microphone.
Oh, microphone's over to my left, so we good. Anyway, so Seth kind of shows me around because this is a spot that he had y'all money growing up, or him and whoever.
Yeah, me and Shane and
Chain on him, yeah. And so I was like, okay, not a bad spot. So I walked back to where I was gonna sit, and I sit for 15 or 20 minutes, and it took me a minute to get adjusted because I was sitting on the ground. Seth brought his climbing tree stand. I left my climbing tree stand at mom and dad's house, so I didn't have it. And so I was sitting in a spot, and then I decided to go sit somewhere else to my left about 30 yards away. And when I sit down, I keep hearing the pig squeal. And, you know, Seth heard it when we was loading up the boat, getting everything ready. They heard them start squealing out there. So anyways, long story short, I sit in the tree and then I go check the boat once because the boat's got a leak in it. And we parked like on the main river and it's not my boat. So I don't want to leave it there with it having the leak without checking it at least once. So I check it. When I come back, I found a ladder tree stand somebody had left out there, like the top off of a double ladder stand. So I sit in that for 45 minutes.
Just
So
the top?
yeah. Like,
How'd you get
know
up
how,
there?
well, no, it was sitting on the ground. But they had like taken the top of like a 18-foot, 20-foot ladder stand and dropped it low on the ground. So you're only up 4 or 5 foot.
Gotcha. Okay.
And that's
I thought
not what I had
Yeah,
pictured in
I
my
thought
head.
you were talking about
I
just
thought
the
they took
seat.
the bottom half of the ladder off. I was like,
Oh, no,
there's no
no.
shot he climbed up that and sat in it.
No,
It'd be the most
sir.
athletic thing I've ever seen anybody do in the world.
Yeah, that'd be pretty legit.
No, so I saw that, sat in that, and before I saw that, I heard pigs like once again squealing, and it's a squeal they do whenever another pig's get into like around them while they're eating.
Let me ask a question.
Yes, sir.
Can you replicate that sound?
I cannot.
Oh,
I
dang,
think you
okay.
should try.
You think I should? No,
For the
no, that's
podcast.
no,
Gotta
no.
do it. Gotta do it for the
I
vine.
can't do it for the podcast. I mean, it's a squeal. If it was a grunt, I'd do a grunt, but it's a pig
Do
squeal.
the grunt.
Everybody, that's not part of the story. Pig squeal, not pig grunting.
Oh,
No,
that's
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. So we
You heard him squeal.
oh wow, yeah, I heard the pig
Yeah,
squeal,
okay.
and I heard him. I think I heard him total 3 or 4 times within like 2 hour period. So and they were they were close.
So was Seth? So y'all were hunting together?
We were hunting
Okay.
together, but about where the ladder stand was to where Seth's stand was, or Seth was, because I walked to where he was going to sit just to look at it because I'd never been there. It was probably about, what'd you say, 120, 125 yards away?
More, probably like.
I'm talking in a straight line because we kind of like got up the bank, went to the right, and then hooked the left when we got up there. I mean, we
Maybe.
followed the path.
Maybe 150.
A 150 straight line.
Seth,
so
could you hear any of these pigs?
From where? From the boat, you said?
From the boat back to Seth, he said it was like a 200 yard or 250
Yeah, like 250 if you go on a straight line.
in a straight line. But we kind of like come out of the boat up onto the land, like walked with the river for 100, 150 yards, and then immediately cut back in on walking the dry ground.
Gotcha.
And it's just like a point, a finger that's you got 2 bottoms that come in on either side of it. And so, yeah, I was texting Seth. I can't believe he didn't hear them. I mean, because they were loud.
I could not.
So, finally, I heard them squeal the last time, and I texted Seth. I was like, they're in front of me again. And so I was like, screw it. I'm gonna walk down and sneak up on them. So I put my bag on and I walk 75 yards in dry leaves on the dry stuff to where it goes into like this thick bamboo. And I just stop and listen. And I can hear the thing walking back in the bamboo. And there's a bunch of water around it where it's flooded out. I was like, all right, I'm gonna sneak up on the back side of it. I start walking in the water, sneaking up on it, and I'd walk a little bit, get to a spot, I just stop, and I can hear it moving back in the bamboo. Now, keep in mind, the bamboo, like width-wise, is like a straight patch,
Yeah.
like 50 yards long. Like it's not very long. It just happens to be super thick. So I kind of go on the backside of it through the water. And I get to a spot where I just stop and I could see the top of the bamboo moving. You could hear it moving in there and you could just see the bamboo shaking from where this pig is. And you guys heard it before. Like growing up hunting, I didn't kill a lot of big game. So my adrenaline's just like pumping. So I'm doing this. I'm shaking like it was.
We couldn't see any of that shake right there. But anyways.
Oh, okay. Well, my adrenaline gets to me.
Yeah.
So I'm texting Seth. I was like, "No, buddy, I hear it. I get to a point where I can hear it smacking. You know where a pig's like smacking? You can hear it smacking.
At this point, did you have your pistol out? If you're that close?
No, sir. I didn't have my pistol on me.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
I just had my 20 gauge.
I was say he had a shotgun.
I had a 20 gauge of slugs.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you had a rifle.
No, sir. No, I had a 20 gauge of slugs. That's what makes the story so great is the gun I was carrying, right? 28-inch barrel bead on it, you know. And
okay.
I still can't see it.
Right.
I'm like standing there looking through the brush. I still cannot see this pig. So I walk around again some more and still texted Seth. I was like, hey, be ready. I was like, there's gonna be a shot. I was like, I walk up behind it. At this point, I'm 125 yards from the stand. I just snuck up to a pig.
So you walked 120 yards in dry leaves and water and snuck up on them?
Yes, sir.
Not gonna lie, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I was impressed by it. Like, so when I walk around to go get like try to get a view of him and get like in line with him.
Could you see the pig at any point? Like, did you actually put your
Yes.
eyes
Eventually,
on?
he's getting there. He's
I,
getting
Oh,
there.
okay.
I
All
eventually
right,
did.
all right.
I eventually did see the pig. When I went to go walk around from where I was staying, I was at an angle, looking at an angle. When I went to go around some more trees and through the water, and I look over to my right, and about 75 yards down, there's a log, and behind it there's like a similar colored, call it branch. Turns out it wasn't a branch; it was a pig that was just chilling behind the log. And my eye caught that, and I texted Seth. I was like, "Buddy, like I'm surrounded by pigs." And so finally, I get in line with the pig, and I start to see it snout. And I'm sitting there, and I have my shotgun up, and I was just waiting for him to try to come out a little bit. Well, I looked to my right, and there's a pig. That pig that I was telling you about behind the tree had come from around the tree.
Was smacking?
No, the original one I stocked up on was still smacking. He's just sitting there. You could just constantly hear him just smacking, just that.
So you got what, 3 around you right now?
I believe there was
Three confirmed.
2 confirmed, possibly 3.
So the one you're pulling your shotgun up on is the one that was smacking.
Yes, sir. That's the one that
Okay.
I believe I was originally hearing. I
Gotcha.
don't 100% know that. That's the one I was sneaking up on.
Gotcha.
So the one to my right is walking in the open because behind this bamboo stuff is nothing but cypress trees and just filled water. Like you can look, it's kind of like Ebenezer Creek, where you just go in there and you got a bunch of cypress trees. You kind of look past the cypress tree and get a couple lanes of shots and all that.
Yeah.
And I see and it's in the open. So I was like, in this moment, I remember thinking, I'm gonna try to take a shot on that pig because it was a beautiful, like light caramel brown color, like almost looked like a domesticated pig.
You just described a wild pig as a beautiful animal.
Oh yeah, it was a pretty color. Because normally,
I do think that that colored pigs don't look nowhere near as nasty or
aggressive.
mean as
Yeah.
the
Okay, well I haven't
the
seen
jet
anything
black
but like a black
The-
one. Like
Like black one.
Yeah.
Well, the one that was smacking that I was in front of. Now keep in mind, I haven't told you guys this. I was like 20 to 25 yards from this pig. I'd gotten that close to the pig. And he's still just chilling in the bamboo. Well, the pig on my right, I finally decided in my head I want to take a shot on this one. But there's a tree because it came on I'm right-handed, so it came on my non-dominant side. So I've got to turn my body. Well, I go to turn and there's a tree in my way. So I was like, all right, perfect. I'll hide and come on the right side of the tree. Well, when I get behind the tree, I don't know if it saw me, heard me, or what. And it kind of just takes off into the brush. And this is where I think the third one was. I think there was a third one in the bamboo back where the other pig was that I spooked off when it ran in there. But I don't know that, never saw it. It just I saw the bamboo move as that pig ran into the bamboo. So I know there's 2 confirmed. Well, at this point in time, the one that I'm standing right in front of me is making a grunting sound I have never heard ever. And my adrenaline is still like spiking through the roof. And so I freak out and start panicking and start backing up because you just hear it sitting there and you just hear it go. And I was like, I've never heard that. It's not a normal pig grunt. And so I like wig myself out so much. I walk back from the way I just snuck into the pig and sit there. And at this point, I text Seth. I've been texting Seth on and off the whole time. And at one point, after this happened, I told Seth, I was like, listen, like, can you just come to me? Like, come to me.
I read that text from him, just so you know. But keep
Okay.
going.
Right, so if you would have read it properly, would you have went?
No, but keep going.
Okay. I just wanted to.
I mean, at this
Get that out
point,
there.
like,
As long as he
like,
was okay, obviously.
yeah.
Yeah. Well,
It
he's
just,
texting you. If he wasn't, it
yeah.
would have been a phone call or a screen.
And so, you
Oh,
know,
he ended up calling me.
I ended up calling because I'd wigged myself out. And so
So
I
you
called
were at
Seth.
this point you're just scared.
Oh yeah, I was panicking, dude. There was fight or flight. My body said flight, son. Gone. Gone.
He said, I'm out of here, bro.
I'm out of here.
Gone.
And you know, I don't know. I say if I had my pistol on my side, it'd make me feel better. I say if I had buckshot in my gun, it would have made me feel better because I was running slugs. I don't know. I'm gonna say no, just because this ain't the first time I've weaked myself out like this. Dang sure ain't gonna be the last. So I go back to where I originally heard the pig, and I just sit there. And at this point, I calm down after talking to Seth. And I just listen. I'm
Yeah, I had
waiting
to
to
calm
hear.
him down.
Like a
And
therapist.
I was like, it's
Like-
okay, buddy. You got this, buddy.
Therapy
Hey,
it was with Seth. You should start a business.
Yeah.
Hey, I bet some
And-
people paid money for that.
And so I'm just sitting there, and like I said, the adrenaline just come down, and I was just like, I was pissed at myself, like pissed. So at this point, it is 5:45, fixing to get dark. I listened for a couple minutes, probably gave it about 10 minutes. I texted Seth, I was like, I think I scared him off. And I think that noise, because I was watching videos, and I showed Seth the video last night of a video of a guy who was shooting pigs and had a pig make that same exact noise. And the pigs that he was looking at when that one pig made the noise scattered. They ended up scattering. So I think it was like almost like a get out of dodge type run. Don't know that. That's just a guess based upon the video.
I think it's more like they're spooked, is what it seemed like.
He
he was
Kind
Yeah,
of like
he
kind
was-
of like a
Kinda
doe
like a
blowing.
doe blowing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
kind of.
yeah,
He
exactly.
ain't ran yet. They don't run because
They don't
pigs
run.
aren't like much scared of much.
See,
Yeah.
pigs are really smart. Where pigs get in trouble is they think they're Superman.
Yeah. And so
As long as you're
Um,
not shooting a 30 out of 6, they I guess are.
yeah, right. So and it gets worse. It gets worse. You think that's the bad part? It gets worse. So I start walking back to the boat because at this point, I'm like, I'm upset at myself for allowing myself to get scared because I did see the snout of the pig that I had stalked, like this much of it. Just I could see the black, but he wasn't really coming out. I could have probably put the bead, gone, 5 inches to the left, pulled the trigger, and I'd have had a dead pig right there. Almost 100% fact. Why I didn't do it, I don't know. So I start walking back to the boat, and I text Seth. I was like, "Hey, are you like coming down and coming to me?" He goes, "No." I said, "Okay." And the reason I had asked that is I had heard something in the palm fronds that I'm walking towards, and so I get on a tree.
It's dark at this point.
No.
No, it's
Oh.
getting close. It's at this point it's probably 5:50, 5:55, and I don't know what happened, but I took a wrong step, and I'm still in the water. I'm walking in the water, and this mud is sinking a little bit, but it's not bad. It's not holding my foot, but I do sink about ankle deep in the mud when I walk.
You were in
And
waders?
no, just my mud boots.
Gotcha.
And I twist wrong, and Seth knows it. And obviously Shane knows it, but Seth saw me dislocate my knee the first time. So my knee did popped out again, and when it popped out like that, I dropped to the ground because I have no support. Because it's like it goes out when I have all my weight on that knee, and I twist wrong. And when I did, I fell in the water. My gun fell in the water, and I just sit there for like 2 seconds, like getting my train of thought of like what just happened. Because it's your knee pops out. It's obviously sharpshooting pain, but then you're falling in water and you're like, holy cow, what happened? So I get up, I'm just drenched from head to toe. Because the water was about mid, like it was 3/4 of my mud boots in places. And so I get up, walk back to the boat. I text Seth, I was like, just so you know, my knee popped out of place and I freaking fell in the water. And so Seth goes, all right, I'm coming to you. I was like, nah, just give it a couple more minutes. I mean, at this point, it still wasn't even the end of shooting light yet. I mean, he still had 20 minutes
Yeah.
because shooting time was 6:36, so it was probably 6:15 whenever I texted him that or something. And so I walked to the boat and I'm just standing there, just drenched, wet, just mad. I let wigged out, passed on the pig because it freaked me out, and then got freaking soaking wet. So
Yep. So that's kind of how that
yeah,
went.
yeah.
So the main thing I take from this is there has definitely been better Sundays.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So you know what else I take from this?
Yes.
Why are
Sir.
you moving around so much?
What do you
Well,
mean?
he successfully did what he needed to do.
Well, original, like I get the stock part. That part I get, but
Yeah.
like, what was the point in leaving early? And I mean, like, I get you're upset at yourself and all, but you dang sure ain't gonna shoot him if you ain't with him. You know what I mean? Like, if you're going back to the
Well,
boat.
I don't know that he's going to shoot him if he is with him.
So yeah, right.
So this is where his nickname kind of
Oh
came
yeah,
from.
yeah.
His name in my phone is now Nature Watcher, because that's pretty much all he does in the woods at this point.
Oh, that's great. Nature watch.
Now,
I'm changing that right now.
now what's crazy?
His name's not changing in my phone.
What's crazy is
I think it's still Robbie in my phone.
where we parked the boat. You could have gotten out of the boat, walked straight into the bamboo about 50 yards from the boat, and ran into that pig. He was that close to the boat.
Well, when we first got there, we heard them and we walked.
We walked towards him.
Yeah, but they weren't obviously around us yet.
They
They're probably
weren't right
150,
here.
200 yards away from us at that point.
Yeah.
My guess. Maybe not even that far. But we stopped hearing them.
Yeah, and it was off and on for. I mean, I'd hear him once every 20 minutes, and
believe
then it quit for like an hour and a half, and I didn't hear him again. And then when I heard him that last time, and decided to go sneak up on him. Yeah, that's
That's what's up.
So you didn't see anything?
Seen a possum.
Yep.
I swear, stuff like this only happens. It is,
To nature watchers.
yeah.
It does, I swear. Now I can't say now. I fell in the woods during duck season, and
I fell in the woods many a times.
buddy, I was almost to the point where I was about to tell Shane, bro, just leave me here and go get help because we're gonna both die out here.
yeah.
That was a little different. I mean, we were waist deep in that stuff,
Yeah,
Ooh,
but
and it was 1 degree.
ooh.
yeah. So, but man, so how close were you to the snout?
To the snout, like I said, probably between 15 to 20 yards in front of me, straight in front of me.
Golly.
So I 100% the whole being nervous. I mean, obviously, if you've been around since the beginning of this whole thing, me and Andy had a close encounter with a pig earlier this year.
Yeah. That was.
What I can't wrap my head around is you have the necessary means to protect yourself.
100%. You know, all these thoughts come flooding in. Me and Seth have talked since then. You know, even on the boat ramp back, you know, made the comment talking about, you know, why am I like this in the woods, certain stuff, and a lot of it is if I haven't been around the big game as much, you know, and I don't know how many deer and stuff Andy's killed in his 5 years of hunting. He's probably killed more than me. 2.
I've killed 2 deer.
2 deer and that pig. You've now killed more big game than me.
Yeah. Now I will say though, man. Just for instance, we went to that WMA down there, and that squirrel hunting and all. Me and Shane got real close to that pig. I'm not gonna lie, that was an insane feeling. Now, obviously, we were a slight bit closer than 20 yards. But I mean, I had a 20 gauge with birdshot in it, or not birdshot, but small game. I mean, it's not, not much. And Shane had that 17, but I mean, we wasn't in the best position there.
My only concern was that when we shot, it was going to run. Which way does it run?
Yeah.
But so it's kind of hard to play out every scenario.
Yeah.
But because I've had different encounters with pigs, like I've had pigs bite the barrel of my gun before. I already know what I'm going to do if a pig charges me, because a pig, whichever way their snout is pointing is where they're going.
Yeah.
So if a pig ever charges you, granted, it's going to be scary. You're probably going to get hurt, especially if your knee dislocates that easy.
Yeah.
Your knee's probably going to get dislocated. But all you do, you kick its head to one side and you go to the other side.
Yeah.
And 90% of the time, you'll be fine. And honest to God, probably 90% of the time, you don't have to worry about the pig even running at you.
No, because they're running one direction.
Yeah.
If you're in their path,
that's where
they're gonna mess you up.
Like if you move just move over 5 foot, like.
But I mean, I've been running away from pigs before.
Oh, and that's the thing. Like the stuff I was in, I can't run easy because you're kind of in a little mug, obviously in water, but a little mug. So that wasn't helping.
Listen, I'll tell you one thing: your body will do amazing things, amazing things when you're under
that adrenaline starts pumping.
Yeah, like you were already talking about your adrenaline was pumping.
Yeah.
Imagine your adrenaline when that mug turned and started coming at you. Like you know what I mean? Like that mug, you'd have been looking like Usain Bolt, dog. You'd have been getting it. Like
let's not get carried away. Let's not get
I would
carried
have loved
away
to watch Robbie run straight past my tree stand.
Just freaking getting it, boy. Like, I got you, Robbie. Bye.
I will say, if you ever see me running in the woods, just grab your gun.
Yeah, because whatever's chasing me, he's getting shot.
That means something's chasing me.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, I didn't have the thought process to go ahead and pull the trigger.
Yeah, somebody needs to shoot up amongst us
and give us some relief. Yeah.
That's between Thanksgiving hunt and this hunt. There's definitely, as Seth can attest, I'm learning a lot because for like the last 2 or 3 years, I kind of quit hunting whenever I dated my wife now and all that, and just I didn't hunt as much, and so this is honestly the first time like I've actually gone after pigs.
Yeah.
Never been. I mean, other than the Townsend trip, that WMA, that's the only close encounter I've been with a pig. I watched YouTube videos of them, and obviously Seth.
That's not the only other one. You was real close to one. You shot at it, I thought, didn't you?
Yeah. I don't like talking about it. I put it out of my memories. I couldn't even watch YouTube video.
It's gonna forever be.
Oh, for sure.
Didn't watch the video.
I couldn't watch the video. Do you know? Like I was like,
this man didn't watch the YouTube video that he's a part of.
I did watch the first part, and I started watching the second part. It got to the part where Seth, y'all put in, and you got me come to Seth's tree stand. I'm like, yeah, I hit that mug like a truck. I know that's in the video. I didn't have to watch that part. I knew that was in the video. And then because of what happened, I was like, I ain't watching it. And I turned it off and have not watched it since.
If I'm not mistaken, that is 100%.
It is.
I knew because he showed me the video, and here I am walking up to his tree stand all excited and freaking, what did I do? I hit it like 6 inches back and gut shot it.
Yeah, that was my favorite part of that video is when I whistle, when I go walk over to where we were sitting and I whistle and y'all are sitting there talking about like, are you sure? And Robbie's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I made a good shot on it. And then he goes, this is going to be crazy if this is how it happens. And then you hear me whistle in the distance and Robbie
Everybody
just looks over.
stops.
Robbie looks over the camera. He's like, "Ain't no way." I was like, "Oh, that joke was funny." Oh
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. So that's
But now I will say that being in the woods is not. It's not for just. Especially again when you're in the woods and there are what are notoriously known. That might not be the right word. Is that the right word? Anyways, well known for being like
potentially being aggressive.
Yeah, potentially being an aggressive animal.
But the natural instinct of any wild animal, majority of the time, is to
run away
from.
Yeah.
That's why.
Like that's the biggest reason I was nervous about that pig that we ran into is because that pig knew danger was around, and instead of taking off running, it just stopped and just sat there and watched us.
Yeah, like he was stalking us type thing. I was like, I don't
I
like the position we've been put in here.
the hunter became the hunted.
Yeah, that's not fun. That is not a fun game. I'm here to tell you.
Yeah,
well, I've even hunting in the woods at night. I've gotten to where if it's not my own like property. Because I was always with Dad growing up hunting, that's part of the reason. Like during the Thanksgiving trip, I would come down a little early. It's because I did not want to walk in the woods at dark. I hate the dark. Then you put me in the woods at night when I know there's animals in the woods that, like you said, are known to be aggressive. And even like coyotes and bobcats. Am I going to get attacked by a coyote and bobcat? Probably not. But just the thought of them being in the same woods as me, it's pitch black dark. They can see me. I can't see them. Freaks me out.
So I have those thoughts cross. I think everybody that at some point in time has those thoughts. But I guess where my thought process is a little different is my pride alone will not allow that be the way I go.
Yeah,
like I don't care what's coming at. It's going to have to be a big animal.
Yeah, for sure.
And you're going to be able to tell there was a fight there.
Yeah. And that's like another thing. Like, and some people may not like this, but it's what I do, and it honestly, it just helps me have a peace of mind. I'm not walking out of the woods without my gun loaded. Like, it's not happening. Like, if I'm coming down at dark. Obviously, you have a headlight and all that. So, like, if something's making noise, obviously you turn to see what it is, right?
Yeah.
You can see a human being. You know what I mean? Like that. The only thing I really leave my gun is in case something is up on me, I can just pull the trigger, type thing.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it is what it is. Like, people can get upset with me about that if they want to, but that's just what I do. And honest to God. Will I ever have to pull the trigger on something like that? Lord willing, no. Like the idea is to not.
It, but just in case,
right? Like, why not? Like, that's my thing. And I get that it can be a safety issue, like out there hunting public land, stuff like that. I understand that.
Well, that's why you need to make sure of your, what you're shooting.
Right.
Obviously,
yeah. I mean, you don't just turn and pull the trigger.
Even in that video, like of that pig. I didn't shoot until I knew for a fact that that pig was there, and I saw its head move. I was like, okay, that is the pig. That is a pig, and now I'm shooting.
Yeah, for sure. You don't ever want to. You don't never. I mean, there's stories of people shooting people because
bush hunting and all that stuff. Yeah,
you just don't. That's just something you don't do. But still, like, I'm leaving my gun loaded. Like, I'm not like during the daytime. That's fine. I'll walk in or like to the stand
once
in the afternoon.
Once I get 50 yards off the road, dude, my gun's loaded. I mean, it's on safety, but my gun, as soon as I'm legal distance away from the road, my gun's loaded.
Yeah. But other than that, dude, I mean, I guess everybody's got their own thing. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, it's part of it. You're in the. I get it. There's, and some of them animals make some wicked. I mean. Wicked noises too, like like some skin crawling noises.
I've been out in Tuckahoe before and got down out my stand, and I don't know. Raylan was, I think 1. So this was 5 years ago. I got out my stand and I started walking back to the truck. I can't remember how far. It was a little ways away. and the coyotes just started going insane all around me.
So it's chills up your back.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean that's a creepy sound to hear, but I mean I just turn on my head. That was loud. I turn on my headlight and just stay ready. I mean, the chance of the coyotes coming out regardless is pretty slim.
Yeah.
The most nervous I've ever been walking in the dark. We had some. I may have told us on the podcast. I'm not sure. I know me and Seth talked about not that long ago. We had some piece of property, actually not far from where you live, Robbie, or where your parents live.
Yeah.
That we had permission to hunt, and I went out there. It was a clear cut, and there was a wood line, and I was walking, had my light off, and go climb, and I heard something or like saw a shadow or something like that, and I turned on my light, and there was a bobcat like 30 yards in front of me, just sitting in the middle of the little cut, looking at me.
That's an issue.
And it took off into the thing, and I swear it sounded like it went 10 yards into the little brush and stopped. And so I got about 10 yards from where it was, and then sprinted until I got about 10 yards past where it was, and then kept walking.
Yeah, that's crazy. Have you ever heard them things in the woods?
Yeah, it sounded like a woman screaming.
Oh, dude, talk about sending chills up your spine.
Yeah. I've never heard a bobcat like in real life.
I didn't know the first time I heard. I had no idea it was a bobcat. I thought someone was actually screaming for help.
Yeah. You think somebody's getting murdered in the woods?
Yeah, it's wild.
It is a wild. I was with Dad and my pap and my uncle in Pennsylvania when I heard my first one, and it still gives me chills thinking about it.
Well, so you've had a a very eventful, but what's the word I'm looking for? Like this hunting season's taught you a lot.
Oh yes,
very educational hunting.
Yeah, there it is
this year.
You know, and
next year he's gonna be a professional.
Yeah, he'll be knocking them
if I get to go a whole lot next year, that's why I've told Seth I'm wanting to get a lot. That's why I'm, like when duck season came around, I didn't immediately get into it. It wasn't until somebody asked me if I was going duck hunting, and I was like, no, but I didn't know you wanted to go duck hunting. My brother's got a boat; he's not using it. All right, let's go duck hunting. I got bit by that bug, and then now I'm getting bit by the going out and killing pigs.
Damn, we ever get an invite to that?
Nah, man, that's crazy.
No,
that's wild.
That's wild.
Andy's got a boat.
That's wild.
That boat is too big to get in some places. I mean, like in the last podcast y'all talked about, like y'all found out I hunted out of the boat the whole entire season. I never once got out of the boat.
Oh wow.
Oh, he did kill a duck this year.
I did kill one. I killed one duck.
Me too.
Sorry.
Killed 0.
Me too.
But yeah, so okay, well, how is your knee?
It's better. It'll be good for Saturday. That's definitely one of the lessons learned. I was talking to Dad because when my gun fell, like all my ammunition got wet. Like the 4 that was in my shotgun, I had a sleeve on the back of my shotgun that holds 5 extra shells. All of that got saturated. So I was calling Dad. I was like, "What do I need to do with this ammo? Because it got wet." And I explained what happened, and he goes. He told me just to leave them slugs face down, let the water dry out, and then he said I wouldn't be afraid to shoot them. Just come over to the house and shoot them. See if 1 or 2 out of the bunch shoot. Then you'll know the rest will probably shoot. But then when I told him about my knee, he said, you need to start wearing a knee brace in the woods if this is an issue.
Especially if you're going to be in some like thick mud and stuff like that.
Yeah, since the original like dislocation of it wasn't a full dislocation. It was what they call a sublactation. This was either
hold on. What, a sublactation? Ain't lactating milk stuff?
If I'm even saying it right, this was over a year ago, and it's done this to me like 4 times. Yeah, because that's when it first happened.
Talking about what?
Oh, what?
Yeah, I missed.
When he was working with us.
I was working with Seth. So we doing an install, the crazy install at that. And I sprayed a wasp nest because it was like, I was the biggest wasp nest on the house.
Wanted to play with some wasps. Yeah, he got punished.
Stupid games, stupid prices.
Yep. So I will be wearing a knee brace in the woods from now on. Even if
you finish what you're saying.
I was gonna say, even if it, like a small one, I got one that'll slide over my knee, not one of those big bulky ones. So yeah. I'll be wearing that from now on.
Now I will say, when we were talking about the fight or flight thing earlier.
Yeah.
My normal instinct is to fight. The one thing it is always flight with me is anything that flies and stings. If it flies and stings, buddy, I am flying.
Me and Seth.
I can't say how many times.
We about where we put the boat. We put it up against the bank, and the way the current was, it wanted to drift the back of the boat into a
bush, pretty much.
A bush, some kind of bush over an old log or whatever. As soon as the boat hit that and shake the bush, 2 wasps come flying out of there. And
we're running to the other side of the boat.
Yeah,
I'm tying the boat off, and I'm like, "What?"
And I was like, "There's wasps."
So I'm like, he's like, I'm ready to jump in the river. And
I'm not jumping in that river, dog.
I'm jumping in the river.
We had the life vest on and everything. We was fixing to jump in that river. 100%.
I can't tell you how many times customers have seen me run across their yard.
I swear, dude.
Yeah, I mean, if I see anything that's gonna sting me,
I'm out.
I'm gone.
Shane we went and did them catfish last time. Shane got hit with that wasp, boy. That joker dang near belly flopped into my lap. He's like, back up. I'm like, what? He's like, river wasp.
Sneak attack me, man.
Worse, dude.
It just tagged me out of nowhere, freaking doe popped me, and I look and there's a nest. And they all start flying. I was like, buddy, we got to go or I'm going in the water.
Yeah.
Are those just like red wasps or what are the duck commander boys call them purple tail wasps?
I don't know what purple tail wasps are, but I know that thing popped me.
River wasps, yeah.
I think it's the same thing.
And I was out.
I think Martin and them just call their river wasps and purple tail wasps.
Whatever they are, they ain't no joke.
Them nests are no joke.
What's crazy is we ran those lines. We put them up in the daytime looking for wasp nests. Didn't see none. Ran them all night. Never got messed with. And then the very last time, I know. But the very last time, we're going to check the lines and pull them at the same time. We're leaving. We're done. Like he got hit by a wasp. We left it. We went to the next one, there was a wasp nest. Went to the next one, there was a wasp nest. Went to the next one, there was a wasp nest. Like 4 in a row, there was a wasp nest. I'm like, what in the heck?
And these are lines that catfish were on. So I mean, it's shaking the bush and everything.
Yeah, like
we're all
up night.
In there pulling catfish up.
Yeah.
And we hung them in the daytime. And then we go to pull them out and they're just everywhere.
Yeah. We're speaking of, we need to do that again soon.
I think why you see them more at night like that is like a lot of the wasps are probably gone during the day foraging and stuff, kind of like bees do. And then at night, they all stay on the nest.
They didn't mess with us at night. They waited until the daytime when we were pulling the lines.
Oh, when you pull the line? Oh.
So we hung the lines in the daytime. They didn't mess with us. We ran the lines all night.
All
they
night.
didn't mess with us.
And then
in the morning when we were pulling them, it was daylight. It was, I don't know, 9 in the morning?
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
We're pulling them.
Yeah.
And that's whenever... It was like, I mean, it got to the point where it was drive-bys, man. You grab the line, cut it, keep on rolling.
Yeah. It was
grab our clip, cut the line, I'll make new ones.
Yep.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
So, which we need to look at doing that again sometime.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So, well, guys, that's about a wrap there. You got anything else, Robbie, for your story? Is that it?
No. I mean, that's it. It's just
your knee's good. No
knees
pigs.
Good.
Your pride's
no
hurt.
No pigs. Pride's hurt. Ready to get back out there. And
had to throw it in there, didn't he? He just had to throw it in there.
I'm sorry. My pride would have been hurt too, honestly. Just, you know what I mean? Like, which I'm not going to. Anyways. So. But
anyway, they started blasting.
Yeah, I mean, pretty close. So, anyways, I just started shooting. I had them to my right in front of me. Like I'm a spin and shoot. Not really. That's so dangerous. But somebody on here listening would take that literal and comment something stupid. Speaking of comments, Seth, you want to plug the social media one more time before we get out of here?
Yeah, the Facebook page, the TikTok page, Instagram, and the YouTube channel. The tuna video is out. Go watch it. Like, subscribe, comment, share with a friend. Give us some interaction, please.
Absolutely, guys. This is the Southern Roots at the Southern Roots on everything. Oh, gosh. But with that being said, guys, this has been the Southern Roots Podcast. I'm Andy.
I'm Seth.
I'm Robbie.
And I'm Shane. Remember, always keep those Southern roots.